Welcome to Second Take, the show that focuses on the issues behind the news. Pan-African Capital Chief Executive Dr. Ryhove Abedian believes that stability can be brought to South Africa's platinum mining industry by creating a platinum exchange. Mining Weekly editor Martin Creamer tells us more. Welcome, Martin.
Thanks, Shannon.
Can you tell us about this platinum exchange? What format would an exchange like this take, and what benefits will it have for the industry?
The format that it'll take is it involves single channel marketing. So instead of each individual mining company selling its platinum to its own account, it will channel that through a single marketing arm. And that will be the exchange part of it. The benefit is that, miners are always exposed to being price takers. And that's why you see another platinum mine closing this week. Because when you're a price taker, and your price is too low to be economic, you close your mine. So it's a sort of a boom and bust type approach. With the introduction of a platinum exchange or a commodity exchange, they attempt to be something of a price maker rather than just a price taker. And so it is meant to have a floor price. In other words, they say, look, any price below that, we're uneconomic, so we won't sell below that price. So there is a bit of a concern around the world that it can cartelize an industry. And in Canada, they had the same problem where the potash prices went through the floor. And 40 years ago, they set up a potash exchange, you could say. It's now called Canpotex. And that takes in all the potash produced in Saskatchewan, and it markets it through a single channel and also delivers it. And it's not a government entity. This is an association, a voluntary association of producers that come together. The producers come together. The big thing is you've got to make sure that these producers don't just feather their own nests. We used to have some agricultural boards here in the past, particularly the meat board. I can remember we had one very dominant meat producer called Vleis Centraal. And what the problem was that Vleis Centraal also dominated the meat board. Now you've got to make sure you don't allow that. You must allow for a balance of big and small companies, also allow new entrants to come into the market.
Now, government has already spoken about a special economic zone for platinum, or SEZs. How does an SEZ differ from this particular board?
Yes, so the exchange is a single channel marketing arrangement. The SEZ is an incentivized manufacturing arrangement. So they're looking at both, you see, because beneficiation fits hand in glove with this type of single channel marketing. And we see now even the Treasury is starting to come around to this idea of beneficiation, where we are very dominant in a metal like platinum, like in chrome, like in manganese, that we do more than just dig it out the ground, put it on a train and send it off. In order to not only, as we said, try and make sure you don't have this bust situation where you've got to close mines all the time, which has a huge impact on your economy, you lose jobs, etc., but also be able to add value and create more quality jobs. So within the SEZ, you'd have this manufacturing setup, and we've seen that Platinum particularly is working with the IDC at the moment because they feel they can make fuel cells. So you'll have a situation, you will prepare your platinum in such a way, maybe keep it in a liquid form, so that it can go straight into the manufacturing circuit, which cuts a lot of costs. And you do that very close to your mine so that logistics are easy. And then when you do start to transport whatever product you make, it's a higher value product, which then improves the logistics costs and the transport costs and makes the transport economics better. With the exchange, of course, you might even appoint a single London broker or two London brokers to market your goods. That might also be a channel through which you work. In the old days, the Reserve Bank, the South African Reserve Bank, used to market all our gold. We were dominant in gold. And if you went into the Rand refinery down the road here, you would see, although this Rand refinery was built by the private sector, there would be a fenced-off section inside, and it would say, this is the property of the Reserve Bank of South Africa. And all that gold in there would be for the Reserve Bank's account. The Reserve Bank would sell it. And it was one channel. And they used to use that to try and balance our books and try and improve the currency situation, etc. Then in 1996 that ended, and now gold companies do their own marketing. Now we've got a crisis in the world, and people are calling for single channel again.
Now also in ferrochrome they've called for an exchange system. What is the story there?
See, with ferrochrome, we have gone the beneficiation route. It's no longer chrome. So by taking it from chrome to ferrochrome, you already employ 3 times more people. You put them into higher value jobs, but you get 6 times more value. You can see if you go out to Mpumalanga, they've set up a lot of furnaces there. Those furnaces are inoperative at the moment because the market is such that it has changed. Although we're the dominant miner of chrome, platinum put a spoke in the wheel, because the platinum miners, they mine a reef which is called Upper Group 2. So in the past they were always mining the Merensky reef, which didn't have much chrome in it. Now they're also mining the UG2 reef, which is chrome rich. So they get that chrome. They say, hey, no, we also want to make some money out of this. So they start selling the raw chrome. China sits there. China doesn't have any chrome of its own. It doesn't mine chrome, but it's a big ferrochrome producer. It's just sucking in this from South Africa. It was getting it from its next door neighbor, India. Until 2006, India used to take its chrome out of the ground, give it to China. China used to add the value, sell it. Indian government said, hey, come on guys, 2006, stop. We will create a chrome exchange. We will now try and work this so that we also add some value here. So they linked it to their beneficiation. Brazilians with iron ore, single channel. So you've got a lot of examples around the world. You must make sure, though, you don't fall foul of the World Trade Organization. They mustn't be seen as a hostile cartel. Must be a benign marketing arm. That's the sort of image you've got to get. That's very balanced, and in the circumstances does not destroy the domestic market as well. Because you'll see now these chrome miners, they're saying, we want a duty on the exports. Stop these exports. Put a duty on government. We want $100 every ton of chrome that leaves here. Make them pay an extra $100, put it in your coffers. And then that'll make it uneconomic for the Chinese when they've got to buy it on the other side. And that'll stop the exports. The chrome guys here are saying, hey, we've just got a lot of BEE, Black Economic Empowerment people in this. The communities are involved. We're exporting this. You're destroying the livelihoods of these people. So you've got to make sure that the local people also get a good price for their product, because you're denying them a free market. So it is a complicated situation. You've got to be very balanced.
Dr. Abedian says that South Africa is obliged to ensure constant access where it is dominant in the field.
You see, that is an argument. From a moral point of view, if you've got all the platinum in the world and people need that platinum, you are sort of almost duty bound to make sure they get access to it, and that the price doesn't jump up and down all the time, because it actually destroys your market. It destroys this product. He's saying, look, we are dominant in platinum. We are dominant in chrome. Chrome with the platinum miners, we've got about 82% of the chrome, the world's chrome reserves, known reserves. He's saying you're duty bound to get a semblance of fair access into this market. Optimize the market. Make sure that your customers are not plagued by price spikes and then price drop, and there's so much volatility. So he's arguing that if you have the single channel, you can stabilize the market, and it'll float all boats inside the country, outside the country. And so he's saying we've got like a moral obligation. We're blessed with all these metals and minerals. Now we must market them properly so that everybody's got proper access. His argument is that if you are a small company like Aquarius Platinum, you might have your customers. You worry about those customers. If Korea saying, hey, I need some platinum, you won't worry about them. It's not your customer. Saying, but as a South African country, we must be worried about them. We must be worried, hey, one of these potential customers is not getting. Let's make sure they get it. So that's the sort of stability and order he's trying to introduce into the market. But at the same time, there must be checks and balances to ensure that the vested interests don't take control and turn it into a hostile cartel.
Well, thank you very much, Martin.
It's a great pleasure, Shannon.
That's the show for today. Join us again next time for more news and insights into what's happening in the mining world.